This conference will now be recorded.
We're going to give n/x, as in n divided by x. Use, please, double forward slash. Okay, now we go to the next line and we use our keyword break. Break keyword. Break, B-R-E-A-K.
Break.
Yeah. Okay. Now we go out of the if. Go out of the if block, hit enter, backspace. Backspace again, out of the for, okay. Else, colon, enter.
Yes. What is that?
Colon, give colon and enter. No, not that, colon.
Statement.
No, colon. After else, you give colon, no space.
Okay.
No
No
space.
space.
Space, yeah.
Okay.
Now, enter. Okay. Now we're going to print using F string. Okay. Curly bracket, N. Go out of it, give space. Is a prime number. Is is
Prime number.
Yeah. Run it.
Is prime number.
So let me explain this code. In line 1, we made a for loop and we said for n in range. What is n? N can be 2, 3, 4 up to 10. That is the range between 2 to 10. So n have the value to 2, 3 up to 10. That is what we did in line 1. So in line 2, we said for x in range 2 to n, because n is starting from 2 up to 10. So we say 2 to n, because we don't know where n is going to stop, because n is going to be moving from 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. So that is why in line 2 we say x in range 2. So x will be following n wherever n is going between 2 to 10. So s is going to have that value. So in line 3, we said if n divided by modulus 2, modulus x, sorry, equals 0, because if you, any number that you divide and the remainder is 0.
It's even number, right?
Huh?
Equal 0. It's the remainder, right? If the remainder is 0.
Yeah, if the remainder is equals to 0, then we're going to print that the number equals whatever it is. That means the number is not a prime number, because a prime number is a number that can divide itself and 1. Because if you check our results, we have 4 equals 2 times 2. Because when you divide 4, 4 is coming to 0. So 4 is not a prime number. That is why we have 4 equals 2 times 2. But 5 is a prime number, because 5 can only be divided by itself. It's only divisible by itself and 1. Only 1 and 5 that can divide 5, nothing else. That is why 5 can never come to 0. Nothing can divide 5 and it comes to 0, except 1 and itself. So that is what we have in our, then we have the break in line 5. The break keyword is just to stop when we have our Please scroll down to the print statement. Let me see what we have at the end.
Oh.
Please scroll down the print statement.
What did you say?
No, I asked you to scroll down the print statement. So, so the break keyword is going to stop when we get to the end, so we don't get an error, because that code is going to keep running. So then we have the else. We have the else statement. The else statement is going to return only when we have a prime number. When the number is not equals to 0 in line 3, that is when the line 6, the else, and the print statement in 7 is going to run. So I can explain again if it's not clear.
Okay, the line 7, right? You said if the that number is not equal, or it is equal to 0, then it doesn't go to else, right?
Yeah, if the number is 0, it doesn't go to else.
Okay, all right, yeah, that I got it. Number 4, print if n is equals x. So number n is, if the n and x is same, right?
No, they're not the same.
Basically,
This n is holding the value between 2 to 10. So n is going to be moving. So then in line 2, we said for x in range 2 to n.
yeah.
So what we did there, we said x is going to be 2. So s is going to be following n, because n is going to be moving from 2 to 10. So that is why we put 2. So s can start from 2 also to n. So s is following n wherever n is moving to, because n is going to be moving between 2 to 10. So we assigned x, and now we checked if the number can be divisible by 2. You know, anything you divide by 2, if you divide 4 by 2, 4 divided by 2, if you break it down, it's going to come down to 0, right?
Yeah.
So that is why it's not a prime number. If you divide 10 also, if you use 2 to divide 10, it's going to come down to 0 if you break it down with 2, 2, 2. But if you do that on 5, it's not going to come down to 0. It's going to come down to 1. If you do it on 7, it's going to come down to 1. If you do it on 11, you got it right?
Yeah, I got it. The line 4, right? The last part, n slash means, what does it mean? Sorry, I forgot. That is the slash is the whole number, right? When say it's like 5 divided by 2, so 2, right? 2 is that's the value?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. Modulus is the remainder, and this one is the whole number, right? On the top?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm clear now.
Okay.
Oh, there is somebody is asking questions. I don't know who is that.
So in line 4, what we have there is to return whole number, because if we use 1 forward slash, it's going to return a float.
Yeah, division. Yep.
So that's
okay, somebody is asking questions. I don't know if you can see. Gopal Lal Soni. Is this a new batch? How they are talking about for loop. Can you see this message?
Yeah, I'll see that.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Gopal here this side. So
Okay.
this is new. This is new batch about basic Python or what? Because I entered in this class, and what are you?
Hold on. You're just coming in now, right?
Yes.
You cannot start from here.
I can't hear you.
Close your audio from your computer.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I didn't get your voice. I guess some echo was there.
You cannot start now. You just we're gonna schedule when you're gonna start because we are a little bit far away. You can just jump into break. So you just have to chill. Maybe just watch and we'll find a way and to figure out when you're gonna start from beginning. Okay.
Okay, so any new page coming in future or what?
Yeah. Just step aside and allow me to finish what I'm doing. We're going to talk about that later after this session, okay?
Muted. Okay, okay.
So mute yourself. Okay, let's continue. This is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's take another example. So let's take a look at list comprehension. So you make your file list comprehension.py. List comprehension. Okay, we'll make a variable. We call it numbers. We reference it to square brackets. We're making a list. Square bracket for list. We'll fill it with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, separated with comma. Give space between each number. Space. After comma, there should be space. Yes. Okay, next line. We want to duplicate this number. We want to multiply it by 2. So we're going to make another variable. We're going to call it doubled numbers. And we're going to make it an empty list. Okay, next line. Now we're going to iterate over our numbers variable. We're going to say for x in numbers. X in numbers. So there should be a colon at the end of the line. Hit enter. Okay, now we're going to double numbers dot append. We're going to append to our double numbers. Double numbers. Call the variable double numbers. Dot append. We use dot append to add to a list. Dot append. Append. A double P.
Append.
Yeah. Okay. So inside what we want to append, we want to append the numbers and multiply it by 2. So you're gonna no. You're gonna say x space asterisk 2. S times 2. So x is going to hold the s is going to hold the value of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why it is iterating over them. So when it gets to line 4, we're going to append. We try to append it after we multiply it by 2. After we multiply those numbers in line 1, that is what we do there. So go to the next line and print double numbers. On it. Okay, you see what we got? We got this is not a fine printout. So things can be done better.
Okay.
So
No, I'm just trying to see.
should I, if you want, I can explain it more. You want me to explain further?
Yes, please.
Okay. So in line 1, we define a variable, and in the variable we have a list of numbers. So those numbers are elements. So in line 2, we say double numbers. We made another variable double numbers into an empty list. So because that is where we want to save our double numbers, because the numbers we've not yet written the logic that is going to double the numbers. So we left it empty. Then in line 3, we said for x in numbers. So we are trying to iterate over numbers, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those elements. So s can be 0, s can be 1, s is going to be moving from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till it gets to the last, which is 5. Then in line 4, we said double numbers, which is our variable in line 2, that is empty. So we say double numbers dot append. We want to add to it because it's empty. We want to add to it. So what are we adding? We are adding x times 2. So what is x? X is going to be 0 at first. That is why our first print statement gave us 0, because 0 times 2 is 0. Then we go to the next line, then x became 1. So 0 times, no, x became 1. 1 times 2 is 2. That is why we got our first 0 that was printed, and we get the 2. Now s became 2. 2 times 2 is equals to 4. So we got our 0 and 2, which was already printed, then we got 4. So this is not this printout is not so nice looking. So we can take another example on list comprehension 2.py and write it in a more simpler way. I think in a way that is going to be a little bit readable and shorter. So make another file, list comprehension 2.py. Now we're going to, this code we write now, we're going to write it using list comprehension, because there's no list comprehension here. This is just a normal. No, leave it. Make another file.
Yeah, but you want the same one in the other file or the different thing?
No, make another one, list comprehension 2.py. Okay, the same thing we wrote last time. We are going to write it now, but the difference is that we are going to be using a list comprehension. So make a variable, call it numbers, and do the same thing, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, you can do double numbers. Double numbers is going to hold our comprehension. Double numbers, square bracket. No, give space, equals to. Hey, line 1, you didn't give equals to after numbers.
Oh, yes.
Okay, come back to line 2. It's equals to space, square bracket. So now we are going to put our list comprehension. You're going to say x times 2 for x in numbers.
Next line, right? For x in numbers?
No, continue writing. Just give space for x.
For x.
Yeah, continue for x. For x space in numbers. So now go down, go to the next line and print double numbers. No space. Run it.
Okay. Mhm.
So the numbers we got now, we got it printed in the fine format than the previous print statement. So in line one, it's a list with elements. In line two, we introduce list comprehension. List comprehension is just a list that contains the operation which we wanted to carry out. And the operation we did there, we said X. X is like when we do a for loop, we say for X in. So X, we say X times 2 for X in numbers. So we assign S, we say S is going to be times 2 for X, which means X in numbers. S is going to be the element that is going to be rolling 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we already multiply it in X times 2 before we say for X in numbers. So S can be number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you multiply those numbers by 2, we're going to get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that is list comprehension. So there is something called okay, we're going to there's more advanced list comprehension which we're going to look later. But I hope this is clear. Or you want more explanation, or we can rewrite this code using range. Okay.
X will be from 0 to 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, yeah, it's clear.
Okay. We're going to write. You know, the first time we wrote this code, it was about 5 lines. So now we reduce it. They say this is 3 lines now. So we're going to write it again. The next example is going to be 2 lines. But to make list comprehension 3.py, let's rewrite the same code with 2 lines. So we're going to make a variable. We're going to call it double numbers. We're going to make our list. So we're going to make our list comprehension using range. We're going to say X times 2 for X in range. So range should have a brackets and inbuilt function. Brackets. No, normal brackets.
Okay.
In the bracket, you pass in 5.
5?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, number 5.
Number 5. Yes. Now go down and print double numbers. Run it.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, the same result we're getting.
Okay. The X in range. So it starts from 0, right?
Yeah.
That 2, 4, 6, 8. 0 times 2, 0. 1 times 2, 2. Cousin, 5 is not included in this, right?
Yes,
Because
if you want to include 5, you're going to add 6 there. You're going to change the 5 to 6.
Okay, so it's basically 5. It's saying that it should be 5 numbers, right?
Yes,
It's
it's starting from
0.
0. Computer start counting from 0. That's why it's 5 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5. 5 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and if there is a list, right, instead of this one.
Huh?
So this is bracket, right?
Yeah, that is a range. We use the range function. We have seen range before, right? Range is not new.
Yeah.
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 So range
Range
is going to give
function.
us
Yeah. Uh,
range is going to give
so
us from 5 number, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of
oh,
writing it like before, we used to define numbers. We define numbers to
yeah.
put a list 0, 1, 2. So now we're using range. Range is helping us to do that.
Okay. I got it now.
Okay, so we're going to make another 5. We're going to call it, we're still on list comprehension. So list comprehension 4. So we want to write some code that is going to have some lucky numbers. So let's just write it and make a variable, call it lucky numbers. So now make a list and put 5 random numbers. Okay. Next line, let's make another variable. We're gonna call it lucky strings. Lucky string. Okay. Square brackets, because we're gonna keep our list comprehension using f string. Now we can use f string with list comprehension also. My lucky numbers are after the R, there should be a colon. Curly brackets, you pass in X. Now go out of the quote, space. Now we're going to put our list compression. We're going to say for X in lucky numbers. Go to the next line. Print lucky string, square brackets 0. No space, no space, no space, square bracket 0. Duplicate that line 3 times. Two more. 1 more. Now change these zeros to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Run it. I think you should remove the last. Remove the last one. So this list in line two. In line 2, we have a list comprehension here using f string. So it's just take it easy. You see that f string, my lucky numbers those are just a string which we wrote. Then we pass in x. X is a variable because when we say for x in lucky numbers, s is a variable. So that is why we're able to capture x in the curly bracket. Because with f string, you can only capture a variable in the curly bracket. So that's why s is a variable. So then we print lucky string square bracket 0 is to access the first element in the list. And 1 is to access the second up to 4. 4 is to give us the last. Any question?
No question.
Okay. So let's take another example. We're still on list comprehension, but let us try to do some other things with list comprehension. Let us try to introduce some inbuilt function that can be useful for user input when you're getting user input from users. Okay, so we're going to make a variable. We're going to call it Indian states.
Indian states? Indian
States. So you're going to make a list. It's equals to, make a list, square bracket. We're going to put in 4 states in a string separated by comma. Yeah, put 4 states, put Karnataka, Maharashtra, let's put 4 states in a string. Okay? String can be single or double quotes. Kerala, Punjab, Goa. Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
So now let's convert this. This is capital. This is title. The M is capital letter. The P is capital letter. The G is capital letter. So let's try to make all lowercase. So we're gonna make another variable. We're gonna call it lower.
Oh.
We're gonna reference it. Now we're gonna have our list comprehension. Square bracket for list comprehension. Okay. We're gonna say x dot lower.
X dot lower.
Yes, lower is an inbuilt function. There should be a bracket. Okay. For x, go out of the bracket. For x in Indian states. Now print lower. Next line. No space, print lower. Yes. Run it. So now we got the whole states in lower case. So you can use list comprehension for everything. We've tried using list comprehension. We've tried using it for with F string. We've tried using it now with some inbuilt function called lower. So lower is just to turn all the elements into lowercase. You can use upper if you want to turn all into upper. You can try it. Change the lower to upper and see. In line 2. In line 2, the dot lower. No, not that. The x dot lower. X dot lower. Change the x dot upper. Run it.
Okay. Right.
So there is lower, there is upper, there is title, and there is capitalize. So you can change it back to lower. So when you're practicing, you don't get confused. back to lower.
Yeah.
Okay, this is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now because this is very useful, the dot lower is very useful when you are trying to get user input, because sometimes you can ask for user input and the user can give you something in all caps. So whenever you get user input, it is good to use the dot lower to turn it to lowercase so you can compare it with whatever you have in your database in case you want to compare it with anything. So now let's see, let's take another example that is going to require user input. Okay, make another what I call it, make another file, call it user input.py.
You had
Okay,
that, right?
okay, what name am I going to give this now? Was this we are not using it? Okay, call it list comprehension. List comprehension 6 because we're still on list comprehension. Let's call it list comprehension 6. List comprehension. Six. Okay. Make a variable, call it city.
City.
Okay. Reference that to input. So we're going to ask the user to enter your favorite city. Colon and space. Colon space. Next line. We're going to make another variable. We're going to call it cities. So in there, we're going to fill it with 5 cities in a list separated by comma in a string. Square bracket, string, put your city there, and put 5. Hey, there's no city called Bombay. Is there a city called Bombay? I thought it has been changed.
No city called Bombay.
In India. Where is Bombay in India?
Maharashtra.
Mumbai. It has been changed. Delhi. Rishikesh. Okay. Nice. Uch. Okay. Next line we do. 4 is okay. It's okay. That's enough. Next line we say if city in cities.
City. City.
Colon enter. Print. F string. Curly bracket city. Out of the curly bracket, full stop, space. No. Full stop. Yeah, full stop and space. And give you are correct. Run it. So if you give a city name, maybe spell it with all caps. We have Mumbai there, right? You can give Mumbai with all caps. Let's see. So you see, we didn't get line 4 did not print because Mumbai all caps and Mumbai in lowercase are not equal. They're not the same.
Yeah.
So how can we fix it? Run it again and give Mumbai in small, in lowercase.
So
Run it again. Give Mumbai lowercase.
correct.
So go to line 1. At the end of line 1, put dot lower.
And that's line over here, that lower.
Yes. Now run it again and give Mumbai in
Uppercase.
in uppercase. Now it's going to work.
Yeah. It's so, lower that one.
Yeah, because of the lower. Because in line 2, our cities are in lowercase. So with the lower, whatever the user gives to us, we are going to convert it to the lower. And it's always going to match if it matches. So let's try to fix this.
Okay.
We can fix it in the this combination 7.py. Let's take another example. Let's fix it in a different way. Okay, city equals to input, enter your favorite city. String, enter your favorite city. Colon space, next line, cities. Oh, you just put 3 or 4 cities. Same like we did before. Square bracket, string, cities, 4 cities. So we're going to say cities underscore lower. This is just another way of writing the previous code. So you have to choose which one is good for you. Maybe this or the other one. It's equals to. Now we're going to use our list comprehension, square bracket. We're going to say x dot lower for x in cities. Lower should have a bracket. Say it's a bit function. Lower should have a bracket here. Bracket x dot lower for x in cities. No, for x. Hey, go back for x in cities.
Okay.
For x in cities. Next line. Remove the space. Okay. Now we say if city dot lower in
Oh,
city dot lower in cities underscore lower. Cities dot lower, there should be a bracket. City dot lower bracket before in city underscore lower, city underscore cities underscore lower.
cities, right?
Yeah,
It's
cities underscore lower. Okay, in the next line, hit colon, enter. Now go back, colon, enter.
enter.
Now we're gonna print using F string. F string. Go back. Okay. So now we're gonna say city in curly bracket inside curly brackets. We go out of the curly bracket, put full stop, then we give space, full stop space. You are correct. Run it. Can give all caps, all small letters, doesn't matter.
Okay. Maybe I changed it. Hold on.
No. See, in our cities, we have Raj code, right? That's correct.
Rajkot, yeah.
Give it uppercase and say,
We didn't put lower here, right? Over here, if we put lower,
no,
you check here.
we put lower in our list comprehension. We create a variable for lower in line 3. And we put it in our list comprehension. We say
But
x
it
dot lower.
didn't.
What we did is that we converted our cities. We converted line 2. The line 2 cities, it is a title case whereby the starting is starting with a capital letter. So in line 3, we say x dot lower. Remember, x is going to be Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Delhi, and Mumbai. So why s is going around, s is turning everything into lowercase. So that is what happened there.
But
So x
this is not lowercase, right? It stayed in
yes,
the
but
uppercase.
yeah. The result, when you put the input, s is going to convert your input into lowercase and compare it with our cities, because our cities, we convert our cities to lowercase. But s is what we are getting the result based on how the user gave it to us. If you give us in uppercase, the result is coming in uppercase. If you give it in lowercase, the result is coming in lowercase. But we can fix this. We're going to fix it in the next example. Now let's fix it. To fix it, you go to let's fix it in this example. Go to line 5. Go to city, where we have city. After the y, go after the y. Now you can put dot title.
Dot type
Title TI. No, small letter.
TI title.
Tab, yes. Run it. Now give Raj code again in all caps. Run it. Give Raj code in all caps and see.
Okay. What does title?
Title is to start the first letter is to capitalize the first letter. Title and capitalize means the same thing. You can remove title, you can put capitalize. It's the same thing you're gonna get. Change title to capitalize. Small letter. Come down there. Run it. Title and capitalize mean the same thing. Title is used for name. Capitalize can be used for maybe something, I don't know, anything that requires the first letter to be capital. If you use upper, if you use lower, if you change the capitalize to lower, the output is going to be in lowercase. So this is clear?
Yeah, I'm trying to, 1 second, okay. This is user info. These are the cities, okay. Cities under
hold on.
the,
Do you
this
need
is the, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I explain it. In line one, we define a variable called city, and we take it input from the user.
Yeah.
Then in line two, we define our cities. So we define 4 cities, and we put it in the list, and we capture that in cities variable. Then in line 3, our cities, they're not in lowercase, they are in title case or capitalized case. That is the format which they are. So we try to convert it to lowercase. So we converted it, we say cities underscore lower. So we say x.lower. We are doing a for loop. For loop is going to iterate over the elements in line 2. So while it is iterating over them, it is converting them from title or capitalized to lowercase. So when you say x.lower for x in cities. So we have turned our line 2, those elements in line 2 that are starting with capital letter, we have turned them to lowercase. Then in line 4, we say if city.lower. We are getting input from the user in line 1, which is captured in city. So when we did city.lower, we already convert that input to lowercase. So that is why the lowercase input is going to match with what we have in our list in line 2, because we converted it to lower in line 3, x.lower. X.lower for x in cities turned the element in line 2 into lowercase. While in line 4, if city.lower turn the input which we are going to get from the user in line 1 into lowercase. That is why it is matching. It's clear?
Yeah, so in line 3, right, cities dot lower, it goes to line, cities dot lower line 3.
Yes.
From that, it goes to the line 2, right? And
Yes, it goes to line
get,
2.
let's say, get the city,
Yeah.
right? And that turns into lowercase.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And in number 4 is city dot lower, which is in value in the lowercase, right?
Yes, it
In
converts the input to lower. User
okay,
input.
that is lower. Yeah. Then in cities dot lower.
In city.lower, we are trying to check if what we get from the user, if we have it in our variable city.lower. City.lower now is having what we have in line 2, but it's having them in lowercase, because in line 2 they are not all in lowercase, they are in title case or capitalized case. So in line 3 is returning the variable in lowercase. That's why we say x.lower for x in cities. We are iterating over the line 2. So while we are iterating over them, we are converting them to lowercase. So those lowercase variable are captured in line 3. That is why in line 4 we say if city.lower is the input which we are getting from the user, and we say if city.lower if we have it inside our cities, our list of cities, the ones that we stored in lowercase, if it is there, then we will print that the user we will print the name of the city and we say you are correct. That's why we get Rajkot, you are correct, because Rajkot is inside. Now put some city that is not there. You're not going to get anything. Run it again, put another city that is not there.
Okay. Put another city, you said?
Put any city that is not there, like Bangalore. Bangalore is not there.
Okay. It's not there, that's why.
Yeah, because it's not there. It's clear?
Okay. Yeah, it is clear.
So now, this is list comprehension. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to check list comprehension. List comprehension with condition.
Yeah, one second, Kasim.
Okay.
Let me just put the. Oops. Okay.
List comprehension with conditional.
Conditional?
Yeah, conditional. NER.
TY?
Yeah. Okay. So now we want to get odd numbers. Let's say we have a list of numbers and we want to separate odd numbers from even numbers. So make a variable, call it numbers. Square bracket. Square bracket, put 5 double digit numbers, random double digit numbers separated with comma. Okay, now we're going to make another variable. We're going to call it odd. ODDS, odds. So it's equals to, now we're going to define our list comprehension with conditional. So square bracket. So we're going to say X for X. In numbers. If X modulus 2 equals 1. Next line, print odds. Run it.
Okay.
So these are odd numbers. 22 is not there. 22 is an even number.
Yeah.
So in line 2, for x in numbers, we have been seeing for x in numbers before. So this x for x in numbers is new. But for x in numbers, it's not new. So this is a condition. So we just x is a variable. X is a variable which when we say x for the first x which we have there, that is a variable. We are creating a variable. We say x for x in numbers because we have to create a variable x to hold our for x in numbers. Before we have been seeing for loop. We have been using for x in numbers. That is we have been seeing that before. But now this x for x in numbers, the first x is holding the variable because we are going to use it later for another conditional. So we'll say s for x in numbers if x, because now the first x is the variable holding for x in numbers. So we are comparing that variable now. We are saying if that x modulus 2 is equals 1, because the x is going to be 19, we are going to check 19 divided by 2. Is it 1? If it's 1, then we are going to get 19. We're going to go 23 divided by 2. Is it 1? Yes, it's 1. We're going to go to 27, same. Then 22 is not 1, it's 0. So that is why we got, I don't know if it's clear. If it's not clear, maybe it's going to connect later, but we're going to take a lot of example on this.
Okay, now line 2, I'm just still.
You can just look at it and try to make sense of it. It's okay. If you have any issues, I can answer, but it's not supposed to make sense at a go. At one go, it's not supposed to make sense, but it will connect later because we still have a lot of examples on this. So what I can explain again. We said x. When we say x, we are creating a variable called x. It's like we are doing x is equals to. That is what we are doing there, but it's this comprehension with conditionals. So that x you see, we create a variable. We want this variable now to hold this expression. The expression this variable is going to hold is our for loop expression, which is for x in numbers. So this for x in numbers is like we're iterating over 19, 23, 27, 22, 37. But that iteration, x is holding it for us, not odds. So it's x, this first x is holding that iteration. Why this other x, the second x after the 4, the x, that is the x that is going into the 19, 23, 27, 22, 27. Why the first x is holding the variable itself. It's like a variable holding the expression for x in numbers. So that is the difference between the first x and the other x. The first x is like a variable. The second x is iterating. It's an iterator. 19, 23, 27, 22. Then we say if x, that is if the particular x, which is the second one, if the second x, which is 19, 23, 27, 22, 23, if when we divide it by 2, it equals 1. So if it's not making sense, we can look at it.
The numbers, number 19, 23, 27, right? That number you are saying that those are the number which is x?
We have 3x.
I understand the last part. In numbers, okay, I know that you have to go inside there. And then the last part also, if x modulus 2 equals 1. That part I understand. But x for x is that I'm not clear.
Yes, because that is new. I understand that is new to you because that is the condition that we are using now. See, it's very simple. The first x is like a variable. We are creating a variable, the first x.
Yeah.
Then, okay, remove that x. Now what we have for x in numbers. We have been seeing for x in this, for x in that for a very long time. We have been seeing these examples. So we know what that means, right? X in numbers. So now just assume that first x is like a variable that is holding for x in numbers. It's holding it because we are going to use that variable later for our if statement. If x modulus 2 equals 1. So we need something to hold that expression, that for x in numbers. We need to hold it somewhere. So we are using x to hold it. Then later, that's why we are able to use it to say it's like using that x, if x, if x modulus 2, because the x for x in numbers is being held by x, which is the first x. The second x is the x that is going inside line 1, 19, 23, 27. So that now we are comparing the variable now. If x, what is x? If the x that is going up and down in line 1, that is rolling from 19, 23, 27, if it is divided by 2 and it's equals to 1, you see, it's not supposed to make sense at a go. Just try to understand what it is. We're going to look more into more example, and later it will start to connect.
Okay, all right. So for x in numbers, if x modulus 2 equals 1, that we did it, right? Only the new part is first with the new variable x.
Yes, that is new variable. That is the x is holding for x in numbers. It's holding that expression for x in numbers. The variable holding it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to take another example. This is going to make sense later. We're going to take another example. Okay. Okay, let's take another example. Let's assume that, okay, we're still on list comprehension. List comprehension with conditional. Make it fine, list comprehension with conditional to the PY. Okay, we're going to make a list. Let's assume we visited some cities in 2020. We have a list of cities which we visited in 2020. Then we have another list of cities which we visited in 2021. And now we are going to use our comprehension with conditional to check if the city which we visited in 2020, if we also visited that same city in 2021, then we are going to print it out. We're going to see the output. It's not going to be nice. Then later we are going to modify it and try to make the code better. So now we make a variable, call it city, call it visited cities in 2020. Visited, cities visited in 2020. Visited
cities.
Visited cities in 2020. You can put 2020 underscore 2020.
If it is in 2020. 21 or 2022?
21 is okay, 22 is okay, 23 is okay, 24 is fine. Okay, equals to, we're going to make a list. We're going to put maybe 4 cities, square brackets, yeah, 4 cities. Okay, next line, we are going to make another variable, cities visited in 2020. Okay, we have 2020, 22 here. Now let's make another one, 2021, cities visited in 2021. So make a square bracket, put in some cities. You can try to maybe make some duplicates. Put some cities that are in 2022 in 2021. Just maybe one or two cities that are there. You can just put them. You can repeat them and put some new cities.
And anything else? Just two or more?
Put more. Put Bangalore. You can put Mysore.
I am going to put two new cities to.
It's okay. Next line, we're gonna go to the next line. Next line, we're gonna say visited cities in 2022 underscore lower.
22
Underscore lower. Equals to set, SET. Use tab. Okay, bracket. Inside the bracket, we're going to have a list square bracket. Now let's have a comprehension. X dot lower. Brackets. Lower should have bracket, an inbuilt function. Normal bracket, not square bracket. Normal bracket. Normal bracket. Go out of the bracket. For X in visited city.
Hold on 1 second. I think I lost two brackets. Okay, and this one. Okay. Go out of this and then what?
Remove the I. Go out of the bracket. Now give space for X in visited cities in 2022. Next line. Next line, we're going to say visited cities 2022 and 2021.
And
in 2022, use underscore, separate with underscore. In 2022 and 2021. Okay, yes. Square bracket equals to square bracket for list comprehension. Square bracket. So we're going to say X dot title bracket, normal bracket. Out of
title is capitalized, right? That's the same thing?
Yeah?
Title and capitalized, same thing, right? You say?
Yes, same thing. Okay. So go out of the bracket. Space, we're going to say for X in visited cities in 2021.
Okay.
Space, continue writing if X dot lower. in visited cities in 2022 underscore lower. Now run, go and print visited cities in 2022, 2021. Run it. So we have put it in two sides, but one got printed. So if you go to line 1, after Raj code, you give comma, put Pune. Repeat Pune, go to line 1. Try to put Pune 2 times. Comma space, Pune. Put it twice. Run it.
Maybe one.
So go down to line 2. Try to put Delhi twice. Run it.
Oh.
So we got Delhi 2 times. You know why we got Delhi 2 times?
Over here it is showing 2 times. Over here it didn't, right? Pune.
You want to,
When
okay,
we add.
put Delhi 2 times up, let's see. In line 1, put Delhi 2. Put 2 Delhi. After Pune, in line 1. After Pune, you put Delhi.
Put Delhi.
Run it.
Delhi.
So Delhi got printed 1 time in line 1, but in line 2, it got printed twice. Because in line 3, we use set. And set, what did we do in set?
Kasim, this printed thing, right? It's coming from first line, right? Or second line? This.
One of the Delhi and the Pune, they are coming from first line. Why the second Delhi is a duplicate that is coming from the second line. If you put Pune at the second line, Pune is going to be there. You're going to see Pune printed twice. But if you put Pune and Delhi 2 more times in line 1, it is not going to. You're not going to get more Delhi or more Pune in line 1. If you try to add more Delhi and Pune in line 1, let's see. Put 1 more Delhi and 1 more Pune. Delhi, okay, comma, Pune, run it. We got the same thing. So the reason, let me give you the reason, let me give you the logic. In line 3, we said visited cities in 2022 underscore lower. We converted it to set. I think we have not looked. Set is new to you, right? We never look into set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So set does not contain duplicates. That is what is happening in line 1. We converted it to set. That is why if you put Pune 1 million times, Pune is going to be printed 1 time. But in line 2, we didn't convert that to set. That is why if you put Delhi 100 times, Delhi is going to be printed 100 times because it is a list. List can contain duplicate elements, but set does not contain duplicate elements. And lists, okay, if you want, you can try and do, okay, go to at the end of line 3 and hit enter. At the end of line 3, hit enter. The same thing we did in line 3 for 2022. Let's do it for 2021. The same thing. Just do the same thing. Or you can just duplicate the line. You can just duplicate it and change the 2 to 1. Okay.
The same thing, whole thing?
Yes, the same thing, yes. Now change it 2 to 1. Run it now. So we need to do some more. We need to do comprehension for it. The same thing we did in we need to make some comprehension because we're still getting that twice. I think we're going to take another example where we're going to fix it. See this. Let's try to fix it. Let's use list comprehension. You can remove that line. Remove the line 4. Remove it. Now go to the remove those extra Pune and Delhi in line 1. Let's keep it clean. The original way we did it.
Pune also, right?
Yeah, remove Delhi. Just stop at Rajkot. Stop at Rajkot. That's where we got stopped. Okay.
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 Shall I remove it?
Yes, remove Delhi. Remove it. After that, you can create another file. Call it set comprehension. We are going to do the same thing, but instead we're going to use set comprehension. We call it set comprehension. You can also copy this code. Copy this code because we're not going to release this. This is too much to write. Set comprehension.py. Okay. Okay, line 1, line 2 is okay. Line 3, remove the set. Line 3. And x dot lower. Okay, remove the bracket. Remove the bracket and the square bracket. Remove the square bracket. Now put curly bracket. Close it with curly bracket. Okay. So the next line, we said x dot title for x, and if x dot lower in visited cities, so we print visited cities in. Okay, run it. So can you add and see? Let's try to add like before. Go to line 2. Try to add there. Let's see if
What should I add?
add Delhi. No, please. Line 4. Change it. Remove the square bracket. Line 4. Curly bracket. And see, just for x in my cities, remove that if x dot lower, remove it. Yeah, remove if x dot lower. for x in x in for x in it should be visited cities. Change that visited cities in 2022 underscore lower. Change that for x in no. Okay, see, remove line 3. Let's write it because line 3 is not correct. Just remove it. No. Sorry, line 4. Sorry. Just stop at the equals to. Stop at the for loop. No, not the whole line. Not the whole line. Just stop at the for loop.
Here, right? Delete this.
Yeah. Okay. Enter. No. Hit enter. Now go back to line 4. Space. Yeah. I'm going to say for x in visited cities in 2021. If x dot lower. No, continue from that line.
Hold on.
If x dot lower. If x dot lower in visited cities in 2022 underscore lower. Visited cities 2022 underscore lower.
Get lower in visited city in 2022.
Underscore lower. So put the curly bracket to close it. Run it.
Put the curly bracket.
No, to close it. Just to close.
Oh, yes.
Run it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, run it. Let's see. Now, there's no Delhi, right? You can add more Delhi, add more Pune. There's never going to be a duplicate. Set does not contain duplicate. Before we are getting to Delhi, right? From line 2.
Yeah,
Now,
to Delhi.
it can because now we're using set comprehension. Before we're using list comprehension because list can contain duplicates. Or sets, anything that passes through sets, it can never be a duplicate. So you can run it again and see if it's going to maintain order. Maybe Delhi is going to be first, Pune can be second. You can run it again, let's say. Run it. One more time. Let's see. One more time. You see, Pune now is first for Delhi. Before it was Delhi at the first, because it doesn't keep order. Set does not keep order. List keep order. List can keep order. But set does not keep order. And set does not contain duplicate elements. So do you want me to explain?
One second. List, can you say what? Duplicate?
Set does not contain duplicate elements. Like in line 2, we have Delhi twice. We are never going to get, it's never going to print out 2 Delhi. You can add more Delhi in line 1 and in line 2. They're never going to be printed. It's not going to give you two Delhis, no duplicates.
So set doesn't contain duplicates, right?
Yes.
And list can? Okay. So line 3, X is top lower. So X and visitor city in 2022. The title for
We're going to stop here.
Yes. 30. Kasim, can you explain line 3 and 4, please?
Okay. In line 3, we said visited cities in 2022 lower. That is our 2022 cities. We want to convert them into lowercase. That's what the variable is all about. So we say x dot lower. You know, x is a variable which we are creating that is going to hold the for x in visited cities in 2021. X is just to go around the iterator that is going to go to Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, and Rajkot. That's all what we did there. That's just a for loop. So say x4. It's a set comprehension with conditional x. That's like the one we have seen it before. X for x in visited. We have seen something like that before. So that is what we did there. Then in line 4, we did the same thing. We tried to convert it to title case. That is why when it got printed, we say x. Now we're trying to merge both cities in line 1 and line 2. We're trying to merge them together. That is the ones that we have in line 1, that is in line 2. But what we have there is Delhi. Delhi is in line 1 and Delhi is in line 2. So we're trying to get cities that we have that are in line 1 and line 2. So we said x dot title. That is just x is a variable. Then we make our comprehension for x in visited cities in 2021. So we're trying to iterate over line 2. That is what it means for x in visited cities in 2021. We're trying to go over line 2, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Pune, Bangalore, and Delhi. If x lower in visited city, that is we want to go over them and get them. That is if they are equal to what we have in visited cities in 2022 underscore lower. So we're trying to get 2021. We're trying to compare it with what we have in 2022. But we're trying to get just the elements that are in both places. So we got the Delhi is up and Delhi is down. Pune is up, Pune is down. So we didn't get Rajkot because Rajkot is not up and down. So you can add Rajkot to line 2 and let's see if we're going to get Rajkot. After Delhi, please add Rajkot. Run it. So Rajkot is there. It doesn't matter. It can be small letter, it can be capital letter. It doesn't matter. It's going to be printed.
It's lower, right? That's why.
Eh?
It converts into lower no matter what case.
Yeah, it converts into lower. Then after comparison, it converted back to title.
Yeah.
This is clear.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end there. We're going to continue. We're going to continue writing this code. We're going to check more example on comprehension from tomorrow. So good night.
Okay. All right. That's fine.